Hi guys, so today I'm doing a book review on all the books that I've read in the month of April, and I read 6 books. Yeah, 6 books. So I'm going to start with the one I just finished 2 minutes ago, and this one really doesn't have a cover because I got this at a book sale and it's in my book haul, but I don't want to show you it because it's just a blank book, and yeah. So this is called The 10th Circle by Jodi Picoult. I don't know how you say her last name. But it's about a family, about mother, a daughter, and a father. And there's 8 chapters in this book. And the chapters are really long in this book. And it's just because there's a lot of storylines that go on in each chapter. And they go back and forth a couple of times. And there's breaks in between each storyline, so you know, okay, like, this is a new storyline. It's not the storyline that they're talking about now. There's 364 chapters in this book. I mean, not pages in this book. There's 8 chapters, 364 pages. It's really good. The ending was shocking, and it deals with, their daughter got raped by her ex-boyfriend. And then her ex-boyfriend committed suicide, but it really wasn't suicide, it was murder. And then they're trying to figure out who did it, which of the family members did it. And there's all these little in-between storylines that go along with it. It's really good, it's really interesting. I got this at a book sale, so I didn't get it at, like, Target or something. I'm pretty sure you could get it, like, in a bookstore or at Target or on your Kindles, probably, and it was really good. It was a really good book. I mean, I would show you the cover if there was one on it. But that one was really good. I highly recommend you read that one. The next one I have is a V.C. Andrews book. It's V.C. Andrews' Shooting Stars series, and it's 4 book series together in one thrilling volume. And this is what it looks like. It's 4 separate stories. Each one is around 10 chapters. There's 646 pages, and each one is about a different girl with their, like, art capabilities. One's a singer, one's a musician, one's an actor, and I forget what the other one is. I forget. But yeah, one's a singer, one's a singer, one's a dancer, one's an actor, one's a violinist, and it's cinnamon, ice, rose, and honey, and it goes in that order, and there's a little summary of each one. They're really good. Like, this book was really good. I got this at a book sale in the summertime, but all the chapters are relatively short. They're mostly, like, maybe 10 to, like, 13 chapters long, and they're not that big. They're that short, and it's really easy. I got through this in, like, 2 weeks, and all the stories at the end, when you read her 4-part books, they all end up in the same school because of their talents that they have. It's really good. The last one was really good. The one that's named Honey, her story was really weird. And Rose's story and Honey's story were the best ones out of the 4 that were in that book. The other 2 weren't that interesting because they were just a normal sort of family. And her books are usually about crazy people. The next one I have is a love-inspired book. I got this at Walmart. It was like $6. It's The Cowboys New Family, and it's like an inspirational romance book. And there's 16 chapters in this book, and this is what it looks like. They don't have this at Walmart anymore, so I don't know where you could get this. But this book it sucked. This book sucked really, really bad. Like, they had so much biblical quotes in it. I mean, like, I don't care if there's biblical quotes in books or not, but it was like every single page, or like every other page, there was a biblical quote in it, and I'm like, seriously, like, I wanted to read this book, not read the Bible, you know what I mean? It's like, whatever. It was really bad. Like, the storyline was really boring in it, and nothing really exciting happened. It was about, this girl, her husband died, and she was having twins, and then her husband's best friend brought her to his house because she lost her house because she didn't have any money, because the army didn't pay her any money for when she got widowed because of something to do with like the wedding certificate that her and her husband had. And then in the end, her and her husband's best friend, her dead husband's best friend, got together, and then they got married at the end. So that was it. It was really boring. It wasn't that great. I really didn't get into it. That's why I like rushed through it. Another book I have is V. Sanders' book. I got this at Walmart. It was $6, and it's called Daughter of Darkness. And I just found it like skimming through all the books. I don't know if they even have this book anymore, but it's her first vampire book, and this is what it looks like. It's about, I don't know, it's really complicated to explain, just because, like, there's so much in it that's really weird. It's about this father. The father is a vampire, and he has 4 daughters, and each time they get to a certain age, he expects them to go out and, like, have sex with men so that he can feed from the human blood. The daughters drink, like, animal blood, but they don't really know it, because they have a maid that's really their dad's sister, who, like, disguises it over, like, all the different foods they have. So, yeah, so they go out and hunt for men for their dad, and it really is weird because all of them are related to their father, because all the sisters they have end up being the mothers to the sisters that they get. So, like, they all think they're adopted. It's really weird. They all think they're adopted. They all have, the thing is, like, all of them have the same dad. And then when one of their sisters goes off, goes away permanently, it's because they are having their dad's child. It's just really weird. So everybody's all interconnected in some weird way. And this had, hold on, you guys. This had 394 chapters, and I think it had, like, it had 21, it had 21 chapters, plus an epilogue and prologue, and like I said, it had 394 pages. It was a really weird book, and this is why, like, I don't think she should have, like, even, like, adventured into the vampire genre, because it was really weird and interconnected with each other. It was just really weird. But I really did like it better than, like, Twilight books, or even, like, the Anne Rice vampire books that she has out. Like, those ones are okay, but this one was really, really, really weird. And things like, they don't explain all of it until the very end of the book. So you have to read the whole book in order to get an explanation, because in the whole book, they never call themselves vampires until the very end of the book. So the last book I have is, the second to last book I have is by Wanda E. Brunstetter, and this is The Decision. It's a Prairie State Friends series, and it's book 1. I got this at Walmart. They still have it at Walmart. It's like 17 or 18 bucks. And this is what it looks like. It's about a girl, an Amish girl, whose parents have died, and she lives with her grandmother, because in the prologue to this, her grandfather died, and then she promised her grandfather that she'd take care of her grandmother, and then in the whole book, something happens to her grandmother, and then it turns out that, like, she has to make a decision on whether she wants to be in a relationship with her boyfriend that she's had for a few years, or she should just break up with him and help take care of her grandma's responsibility. And the end of the book is really, really sad, and there's an epilogue in it. And I think there's like 46 chapters in this book, I think. I'm not really sure. I forget. I think there's like close to 46. No, there's 42 chapters, and then there's a couple little recipes. Like, little Amish books always have recipes in it, no matter what Amish book author you read. It was a really good book. Some of the chapters were short in it, and some weren't. And each chapter has like 2 or 3 different storylines in it, but mostly it was really, really good. Like, you guys, this book was really good. Sort of like sad point in all different ways, not just because like somebody died in it or because like somebody left. It's not like that. It's really complicated to explain. But Amish books are really, really good. If you always want to check her out, I suggest Wanda E. Brunstetter because her books are really, really good compared to Beverly Lewis's books. Her books are okay, but I like Wanda's books better. So this is the second book in the Dorothy Must Die series, and the first book is called Dorothy Must Die, and this is the second book, and this is called The Wicked Will Rise by Danielle Paige, and she's an up-and-coming author. At least I think she is, because I never saw her books before. And you can get this at Target. It's still at Target, and the first one is at Target too, still. And this is what it looks like. Like I said, it's called The Wicked Will Rise, and this is what it looks like. So if you've never seen, I did a book review on the Dorothy Must Die book, but I don't know what review it was. So I'll tell you a little bit about the first book. So the first book is about this girl. Dorothy has returned to Oz, and everything is upside down because she came into power for all these different reasons. But she came into power, and now she's evil. And then Glenda brought her back, and then Glenda is brought another girl back named Amy, and they come from the same place, come from Kansas. And she's supposed to kill Dorothy in it, so she goes on this adventure to kill Dorothy. And the second book picks up where that leaves off. And there's some more little characters in it, and she goes through all these different things to get to Dorothy. And then at the end, she gets to Dorothy, and then at the end something happens that's really shocking that leads to a third book. So, before these books, each time she puts out a book, she has a prequel book, and the prequels all deal with one person from a character from one of the books. And the first book was called No Place Like Home. No Place Like Home, and that was, I think that was about how Dorothy came back to Oz, and then there's another one, and it's called Burn, and that one's about, I think, the witches that are in this book. There's all the different witches. The witches help Amy in her quest to kill off Dorothy. And then there's another one, and it's called, I think it's called The Wizard Will Return, and that book's all about the wizard. And then there's going to be another one that's going to come out in July, and that one has something, it's called Heart of Tin, and that's going to be about the Tin Man. And the prequels you can't get in a store, you have to get them on a Kindle, and they're all $3. So if you want to read those books, you should read those books before you read the first book in the Dorothy Must Die book. But these books, like I always said, I wish that they came into, like, I wish they came into movies, because these movies would be so cool and everything. They would be like the best ever. Oh wait, no, that's not it. Hold on, you guys. There's 26 chapters in this book, and there's 27 chapters, and then there's 293 pages, and I think I read this in like 2 or 3 days. And the chapters are semi-long. Some of them are short, but most of them are really long. And it's really good. And things like, if you just read this, you have to read the first one. Because if you don't read the Dorothy Must Die book, then you won't understand what's happening if you read the Wicked Will Rise book first. So that was my book haul my book reviews for the month of April. Comment below and tell me if you read any of these books, or books that I should check out for me to read and do a review on. Yes, that's it. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time with another vlog.